Starting with the fighting in Iraq. Iraq says it has driven the Islamic State group out of more than half of western Mosul nearly a month after launching an operation to seize the remainder of the city from the extremists. A military spokesman said on Thursday that US-backed Iraqi troops have recaptured up to 60% of the city's western half, with the fighting still underway. Meanwhile, commanders on the ground are less upbeat, saying the front lines have moved only a few hundred meters over the past week, as the militants have deployed car bombs against the advancing troops. On to the Mideast crisis. The Israeli military carried out airstrikes against 2 Hamas targets in the Gaza Strip in response to a projectile fired from Gaza into southern Israel. The military said it carried out the airstrikes early on Thursday in retaliation for the projectile that was fired on Wednesday evening. However, no militant group claimed responsibility for the firing, but no injuries were reported on either side. On to Sanaa's crisis. The United Arab Emirates says one of its soldiers has been killed while serving in the Saudi-led war in Yemen. A short military statement on Thursday on the state-run WAM news agency announced the soldier's death without offering a cause. This comes as the UAE is one of Saudi Arabia's main allies in its war against Yemen's Shiite rebels known as Houthis. From another aspect, the Saudi-led coalition began its campaign in March 2015 in support of Yemen's internationally recognized government. On the other side of the world, a ladder exploded on Thursday at the French office of the International Monetary Fund, lightly injuring one person amid heightened security around Europe after a string of deadly attacks. After Thursday's explosion in Paris, staff from the IMF office were evacuated and armed military officers and police guarded the area in a Czech district of western Paris. It is unclear who sent the homemade explosive, which was like a big firecracker and sent by regular mail, according to Paris police. Meanwhile, in Berlin, police said the hostage situation after what appears to be a botched bank robbery in western Germany has ended without bloodshed. Police said they were alerted to a possible bank robbery in the city of Duisburg at 8:40 a.m. on Thursday, with hostages inside the bank. At about 11 a.m., a bank employee was released and was able to give the police more information. Then a SWAT team stormed the bank at about 11:30. They found a bank employee bound but not uninjured, but no robbers inside. They say 2 men were taken into custody outside near the bank. On to England. A bill authorizing Britain to start its exit from the European Union received royal assent and became law on Thursday, empowering Prime Minister Theresa May to begin divorce proceedings from the bloc. House of Commons Speaker announced that the European Union Notification of Withdrawal Act has received the assent of Queen Elizabeth II. This comes as the bill was passed by Parliament on Monday, but needed royal assent to become a law. And going to our economic news, global stocks pushed higher on Thursday in the wake of relatively dovish comments from the US Federal Reserve that accompanied another rate hike. In Europe, Germany's DAX was up 0.6% to 12,082, while France CAC 40 rose 0.5% to 5,009. London's FTSE 100 gained 0.6% to 7,410. Wall Street was poised for modest gains at the open, with Dow futures and the broader S&P 500 futures up 0.1%. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 index advanced 0.1% to 19,590.14, and the Shanghai Composite Index gained 0.8% to 3,268.94. And finally, sports news. Issa Hayatou was voted out as president of the African Soccer Confederation on Thursday after 29 years in charge, losing to challenger Ahmad of Madagascar. The 70-year-old Hayatou had ruled African soccer since 1988 and was FIFA's most senior vice president because of his status as the longest-serving executive at the World Soccer Body. He also lost that position on Thursday and his place on FIFA's ruling council. On the other hand, Ahmed won 34-20 in the vote of Africa's 54 member federations. He will become a FIFA vice president and join the council.